Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jim LaBuda here once again, and today we are going to take a look at the golf swing of Bernhard Langer, who just picked up his 44th win on the Champions Tour at the TimberTech Championship yesterday. So a couple things we want to notice about his setup position here. Number one, I've got a red line drawn on the shaft of his golf club. You can see this kind of points up at his chest. His hands are actually set just behind the golf ball. Most players that set up at this position are going to de-loft their club. They're going to have their hands at setup ahead of the ball, which is going to help them get back to that impact position where your hands, again, are leading the golf club into the ball. Bernhard just lets his arms hang a little bit naturally here. He's in a very, very comfortable setup position. Okay, we're going to take a look here. Right foot, very square position. We can see the left one flared out just a little bit. That's going to allow him to really rotate through his left side. Again, as we get older, the mobility isn't always there as much, so you don't always have to have your feet perfectly square at setup. If you need to flare them out a little bit to allow for that mobility, go ahead and do that, just like Bernhard does. Next thing we're going to take a look at here, I'm going to put a line. Oops, that's a circle. Let's put a line next to the side of his head here. And as we start, he starts taking the club away in the backswing. The first thing I want you to notice is he really shifts into his right side here. Head moves off the ball. But as he gets to this position right here, this is a real awesome position. You can see how the club head, his hands, and left shoulder are all in a straight line. What that means is that he's used his upper body to take the golf club away from the ball, and his hands are remaining really passive. Again, as we get to the top of the swing, the other thing I want you to notice here is how he allows himself to rotate his head to the right a little bit. He's going to be looking at this golf ball out of the left eye, but really what this is allowing him to do is it's allowing him to complete a full shoulder turn. Too many times we keep our head perfectly still and straight at the ball, and again, because of limited mobility in our thoracic spine, we run into not being able to complete a backswing, and you're robbing yourselves of a lot of power and speed. So if you guys are struggling with power in your golf game, or even making this full backswing, allow yourself to rotate your head slightly to the right. Look at the golf ball to your left eye. That'll help you complete the shoulder turn. The other thing we're going to notice here is if you take a look at Bernhard's right foot again, probably got the weight a little bit to the outside of the right foot. Again, I wouldn't recommend this for most players, but for Bernhard, obviously, 44 Champions Tour wins, it seems to work for him. So as we get down into the downswing now, we're now going to get into a classic Bernhard Langer position. He's always known for staying really behind the ball. And you can see based on that red line that I've got, as he gets into impact here, you can see how much he still stays behind that ball. His head is back there, but again, through impact, gets into a really solid position here. Ankle, knee, and hip all stacked over one another, getting into a very neutral position. But again, his hands are slightly ahead of the golf ball here, de-lofting the club. Make sure he's striking golf ball first, ground second. Then Bernhard gets into a nice full release position here, body rotating through, arms fully extended. But again, you can see how far his head is behind the ball. So if you guys are looking to improve some distance, get a little more power in your golf swing, I'd love for you to be able to copy this position here. Get your head turning to the right, just like Bernhard Langer. Look at that golf club, you're looking at that golf ball out of your left eye, and let's complete that backswing.